In this video, we will talk about the rise of the American military, from the Revolutionary War to today. The American military has grown from a small, inexperienced group of volunteers during the Revolutionary War to one of the most powerful and advanced fighting forces in the world today. This journey has been shaped by wars, technological advancements, and changes in global politics. Here's a simple and detailed look at how the U.S. military evolved over time. 1. The Revolutionary War, 1775 to 1783. The birth of the American military. The American military began during the Revolutionary War, when the 13 colonies fought for independence from Great Britain. At first, there was no formal army. Instead, local militias made up of ordinary citizens fought against the British. In 1775, the Continental Congress created the Continental Army and appointed George Washington as its commander. The Continental Army faced many challenges. The soldiers were untrained, and supplies like weapons, food, and clothing were scarce. Despite these difficulties, the Army won key battles, such as the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, which convinced France to support the colonies. With French help, the Americans defeated the British at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, leading to independence in 1783. The Revolutionary War showed the importance of a united military force and set the foundation for the U.S. Army. 2. The early years, 1783 to 1815. Building a nation and defending it. After the Revolutionary War, the U.S. government disbanded most of the army, relying instead on state militias. However, conflicts with Native Americans and the need to protect the new nation led to the creation of a small standing army. In 1794, Congress established the U.S. Navy to protect American ships from pirates and foreign threats. The military faced its first major test during the War of 1812 against Britain. Although the U.S. was not fully prepared, key victories like the Battle of New Orleans in 1815 boosted national pride and proved the importance of a strong military. 3. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865. A nation divided. The Civil War was the deadliest conflict in American history. The Union, North, and the Confederacy, South, fought over issues like slavery and states' rights. The war saw the use of new technologies, such as railroads, telegraphs, and ironclad ships, which changed how wars were fought. The Union's victory in 1865 preserved the United States as one nation and ended slavery. The war also highlighted the need for a more organized and professional military. 4. The late 19th century. Expansion and modernization. After the Civil War, the U.S. military focused on westward expansion and conflicts with Native Americans. The Army also began to modernize, adopting new weapons and tactics. In 1898, the Spanish-American War marked the U.S.'s emergence as a global power. The Navy, led by modern ships like the USS Maine, defeated Spain and gained territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines. 5. World War I, 1914 to 1918. The U.S. joins the world stage. When World War I began in 1914, the U.S. initially stayed neutral. However, after German submarines attacked American ships, the U.S. joined the Allies, Britain, France, and Russia, in 1917. The American military played a key role in helping the Allies win the war. New technologies like tanks, airplanes, and machine guns changed warfare, and the U.S. began to build a more modern and powerful military. 6. World War II, 1939 to 1945. Becoming a superpower. World War II was the largest and deadliest war in history. The U.S. entered the war in 1941 after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. The military grew rapidly, with millions of Americans joining the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The U.S. played a major role in defeating the Axis powers, Germany, Japan, and Italy. Key events included the D-Day invasion in 1944 and the use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. After the war, the U.S. emerged as one of the world's two superpowers, along with the Soviet Union. 7. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991. A global military presence. During the Cold War, the US and the Soviet Union competed for global influence without direct fighting. The US military expanded its presence around the world, forming alliances like NATO and building bases in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The Cold War also saw the development of advanced weapons, including nuclear missiles, jet fighters, and spy satellites. The US fought in proxy wars, such as the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, and the Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975, to stop the spread of communism. 8. The post-Cold War era, 1991 to 2001, new challenges. After the Cold War ended in 1991, the US military focused on new threats, such as terrorism and regional conflicts. In 1991, the US led a coalition to expel Iraqi forces from Kuwait in the Gulf War, showcasing its advanced technology and military power. 9. The War on Terror, 2001 present, fighting terrorism. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks led to the War on Terror. The US military invaded Afghanistan in 2001 to defeat al-Qaeda and the Taliban, and Iraq in 2003 to remove Saddam Hussein. These wars highlighted the challenges of fighting insurgencies and rebuilding nations. The military also developed new technologies, such as drones and cyber warfare, to combat modern threats. 10. The modern military, a global force. Today, the US military is the most powerful in the world. It has over 1.3 million active duty personnel and a budget of over $700 billion. The military is organized into 5 branches: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Space Force. The US military plays a key role in maintaining global peace and security. It responds to natural disasters, fights terrorism, and deters aggression from countries like China, Russia, and North Korea. The military also continues to innovate, developing technologies like artificial intelligence, hypersonic missiles, and space-based systems. The rise of the American military is a story of growth, adaptation, and innovation. From its humble beginnings in the Revolutionary War to its current role as a global superpower, the US military has evolved to meet the challenges of each era. It has defended the nation, promoted freedom, and shaped the world we live in today. As new threats emerge, the military will continue to adapt, ensuring that the United States remains strong and secure. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.